Welcome everybody, Mark Builds Bricks here. This is a brand new fantasy set that we're going to review today. This is part of the retro collection, set number 85018. It is the retro phone. So we're going to go through this stage by stage as we normally do and check everything out so you guys know what to do. Sit back, relax, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's jump into this.
Welcome.
So let's talk about the manual. Here is the retro phone manual by Pantasy. Nice image of the actual set being displayed there nicely. Nice antique style font near the bottom for 85018 is the actual set number. Retro phone is the name. Pantasy logo as we normally would see it. And the retro series logo collection in this corner as well. Not very big, thick manual, but very detailed out nicely, so it's very easy to follow and all the steps. Nice inside cover, welcome adults, or adults welcome, since I'm reading it upside down. So again, in the Asian dialect, what the word is. And then we have a nice intro for the designer introduction. So this is a nice little blurb about James May, which is the designer of this set. And then of course the standard Pantasy with the Pantasy brick remover, and some Pantasy for the digital instructions, as well as all their social media. Bags 1, 2, and 3, that's all there is basically in this set. So it just shows you the different stages that you'll have completed after you finished all bags 1 to 3. Very easily color coded, and also very easily to determine the length of some of the stud pieces, as well as how everything puts together. Colors to the actual matching the colors, very close, very almost identical, very easy to follow. I did not have any issues other than the one missing piece, but yeah, very straightforward, very easy to follow. As you can see, nothing complex, nothing out of the ordinary, very easy build. I fully recommend. This is a very easy build to do it. So if you want something completely different to try, there you go. Shows you the different types of movement, the final build, and of course we have Garfield sets. We have the Petite Prince, I believe I'm saying that correctly, for those sets, and of course the Astro Boy sets. I still haven't built any of these figures. I really should get some of these because some of these on sale. I should get and try one of these out. I do have some Garfield ones coming, but they haven't arrived yet. I think they got lost in the Canada Post strike. I don't know. So we'll see when they show up. But that's the manual for this set. Let's jump into the build. Right, so stage 1 completed, bags 1 completed of this retro phone from the retro collection from Pantasy. Basically, the main stand, it does come with some 3M rubber stickers type scenario to stick on the bottom. So it sits nice on the table itself. It's looking pretty good. The gold pieces make it nice for the little bells on the bottom of the phone as well. You know, I'm a fan. Every time I see gears, anytime I see Technic gears in anything, I want things to move and stuff like that. So luckily, this crank arm that's going to end up happening is actually moving the bell, the little dinger on between the two bells, as you can see. So it gives that simulation that it's ringing the bells. So pretty cool. Colors look pretty good. Printed pieces for sure. We have some nice printed decorations on the curved slopes on the edges of the frame on both sides of the build, as you can see. Some nice contrast with the gray and the gold as well for the cylinders on the side to assume possibly like a battery charge pack type scenario, conductor, whatever. So yeah, so it's looking pretty good, shaping up pretty quick. We'll continue going through this and finish off the next section. Okay, stage 2, bags 2 completed of this retro phone Pantasy. This is going to be the smoothest build I've ever done. Everything's just connecting so smoothly, pieces in nicely. We did have a little trickiness getting the dial set in place correctly because it is a couple of pieces that are overlayered. And we got to make sure that the numbers go through and stuff like that. Plus, you don't want it too tight because it does function. So it does go back, and the two elastic band, or the one elastic band that's in there, helps it snap back into place. So how cool is that? There is another elastic band that kind of holds in place in there. We get to that. We do have a gear as well, which actually activates other gears that went down there if you saw it previously in the build, which activates the bell underneath. So when we turn this, As you can see, the bell goes back and forth to insinuate or simulate the ringing of the two bells that are underneath the phone. Printed pieces for sure in here, no stickers left, right, and center. It does look good. Even the dial's got a nice little print as well, right in this little area, nice little faded white print on there. It's a little bit of speckling on here as well to give it a little pizzazz when the light hits it, as you can see. But Pantasy, I'm missing one piece. I wonder what piece am I missing right there? So I am missing one piece so far. Hopefully it might be in the other bags. We'll see, because I've got 3 bags for bags 3 or stage 3 to go through. But other than that, this is going together so nicely. This is a great, this set so far, if you want something completely different to do or try, this is right up your alley. Brick quality, absolutely excellent as always. So let's get into the last part of it so we can see it completed. So here we have the final stage, the completed retro phone from Pantasy. Absolutely looks great. Looks great. It's got some nice antique feel to it. This just swivels very easily, so the stiffness of the tubing and stuff like that will turn it depending on how you've got it displayed. So just a heads up on that. The receiver itself comes up and down, gives that effect that, hey, it's off, it's on, it's off, it's on. That's how those phones worked back in those days. I do remember some of these phones back in the day when I was younger. They were in storage in my grandfather's shed type scenario. Some still work, some of them didn't work and stuff like that. But I do remember these style of phones back in the day. The receiver pieces, the headpiece and the talking piece, they just turn nicely and stuff like that. They stay in place pretty well. Nice printed pieces on the side as well on the other side. I do have a little pet peeve. The stiffness of this tube, depending on how you're moving this receiver around and stuff like that, this piece tends to pop off very easily. So just a heads up on that. Hopefully that your set will have a better clutch on that. So just be noticeable on that when you're turning things around. We have a nice dial face in the, as you can see, this really does have nice printed numbers in the black plate that's underneath as well. We have like a speckle effect on that gold piece on the top with a little white printing on the near the number 1 hole and the last hole, the 0. It does function. You can turn it, it springs back nicely. So it has that typical rotary phone type playability, which again, that's just held on by basically a little elastic that's in place. So when you do turn it, it just flips it right back. We also have a nice little decorative stopper here, so it doesn't spin all the way around when it spins back. On this side, we have a nice little crank. The crank is hiding all the nice little gears that are turning in this section. So it would have been nice to have those a little bit more exposed, but it has some nice feel to it. It's got a bit of a steampunk feel to it, but it's got a nice antique feel. That actually turns, maybe you can see it better on this side, but there's 2 bells on the bottom that makes the ringing noise for when this phone is ringing. But basically this is actually, you can just see it at the bottom. It's turning a little pendulum piece that would insinuate or replicate the bells ringing back and forth when you're turning this. Also, some of these phones needed power, so they weren't really plugged into an outlet or anything like that. So this was actually on some of these phones, you would turn this to charge up the cells right here that give the phone power, so that you can actually use the phone itself. Nice printing on the front, back, on the near the legs. We also have some nice printing on these little screw pieces to make them look like nice little rivets as well. As like I said, we have nice printing on the face itself. I did have one missing piece, as I mentioned before, right here. We're missing one gold flower round piece to go on this side. It wasn't in any of the other bags or anything like that, or the discarded bags. It does also have 4 3M rubber feet stickers that you can actually put on the bottom, so it doesn't slide all over the place on the table. It just sits quite nicely. James May, the designer of this, you did an absolutely great job. There's a nice little blurb about him in the instructions. I think this looks great. It's a nice display piece. Might look a little weird with the retro gumball machine, but I'm going to display it with both of them basically. But all in all, this is a great little set, not very complicated to build. The pieces did go together very nicely. The gold looks really good on it. We also have some other yellow highlighted pieces throughout. The black and the brown helps all the gold pieces to give that antique feel to it, which is absolutely great. If you wish to purchase this, there'll be a link in the description to Panasy's website. I'm not affiliated with Panasy, so I don't make anything from that, but that's all right. I think this is a really cool set. Panasy has some really cool, unique IPs as well as unique designs that are coming out that even Lego doesn't even touch, I believe. We still have some other Panasy sets to build on this channel as well, so stay tuned for that. A humongous shout out to my members. Thank you very much for the extra support to the channel, as well everybody that is subscribed to the channel. We are getting close to the 1,000 subscriber goal. So if you want to share this out to everybody, please do. Let's try to build up the channel and get over to that 1,000 hump and work on the next goal from that point on. Until then, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next review.